All right, everybody. So really quickly, before we even start the Astra Yao M0 to M6 showcase, firstly, we need to take a look at what my Astra Yao is built like at M0. Firstly, we want to start with the elegant vanity. I think just at base, it's just easier to stick with one weapon in particular. So we're going to stick with the elegant vanity. And because of that, we are going to be utilizing the energy regen on 6, attack and attack on 5 and 4. This is just the relatively standard build for an M0 Astra Yao. And let's take it into the battleground to see how she plays at M0. Hello folks, before we move into the rest of the video, I must let you guys know that this footage is coming from the Creative Access server. I wouldn't have been able to do this M0 to M6 showcase without them, and of course without your guys' support allowing me to gain access to all these fun goodies. So thank you guys so much. If you guys would like to see more of this fun, interesting, and crazy content, make sure to support by subscribing and liking the video. And let's start off in the idyllic cadenza state. The idyllic cadenza state is where you're going to be able to utilize all those quick swaps as well as gain the buffs when she utilizes her core stacks. Let's go into Yanagi, and Yanagi right now has the particular buff, and we can detail that very, very simply right here. She just gained the buff 1200 max, and then the 25 crit damage and 20% damage bonus. This is very, very vital, and that's going to be important because Astra Yao's mindscapes from M0, M1, M2 are a lot more supportive in the sense that she is able to gift certain bonuses to her other teammates. However, when you get to M3 to M6, that's where you start to see some shenanigans that Astra Yao is able to do herself. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Let us continue on with a little bit more showcase to see how much damage she can do. 5,000 on her switch, nice hit, and then corruption damage, boom, hits for 7,000, which is not bad. It's not a bad start. And let's take a look at her detailed stats really quickly. As we can see, her anomaly proficiency is 137. It is not high, but this is just the starting point. This is just M0. We're just starting here at ground zero. The M1 is going to be where a lot of people are going to want this character. The 12 toned equal temperament, and a lot of creators, and myself included, have been on the record saying that M1 possibly, and you know, honestly, for a majority of folk, is more valuable. Of course, you still have the amazing buff, or excuse me, I should rather say debuff of 18% res down. When you're activating your ultimate, you gain this invulnerability stack. Essentially, it's like a one-time use Caesar King shield, and you just eat up any single instance of damage, which is really stinking good. And again, it is invulnerability, so not only are you not taking the damage, you're also not taking the knockback or whatever status effect that the opponent or boss or whatnot could have inflicted on you, which is massive. All right, now with the M1 activated, we have 18% res down. Let's see how that manifests itself on the battlefield. Let's start doing some big damage numbers to dish out all that damage and some. And now we should have already most likely procced the damage. Now, as you can see, 5,000 to 10,000. So that 18%, that we're getting a 20% or 1/5 boost to our damage. And then of course the damage on Miyabi and Yanagi are just 800,000, or was that 89,000? I couldn't see. That's a million disorder damage right there. That is insane. Corruption, let's see how much corruption damage. That was 8,000 corruption damage. Yes, that was 8,000 corruption damage. Wow. Okay, so from 7,000 to 8.5 or 8.8 in that instance, that is a nice step up for the amount of seconds that this res shred is available. It is very, very easy to access with Astra Yao. Incredibly easy to access, and increasing your damage in such a way, arguably one of her best mindscapes. And talking about her best mindscapes, it just gets better. Let's take a look at M2. M2, the Art of Greed. The attack buff from the core passive, Graceful Andante, is further increased by 19%, with an increased maximum of 400 attack points. While in idyllic cadenza state, when other characters switch through quick assist, chain, defensive, or evasive assist, Astra Yao will additionally follow up with 1 tremolo and 3 tone clusters. This is key. Why is this important? It's because it'll allow you to apply for 1 chord, 3 tremolo, and the following clusters. And guess how many tremolo you need to ultimately get your all attribute res down? Yes, that's right, 3 instances of hitting opponents. Essentially, automatically gift yourself the maximum 18% res down off of M2, and not only that, you're getting a total of 1600 attack points to your characters. Yes, and we haven't even got to the best part, because they further increased the attack percentage from 35% to a total of 54%. You would only thus need 2900 attack. Now with the M2 unlocked, we are no longer constrained to the 3400 plus attack threshold. Now, this goes into a little bit of theory crafting. More than likely, at M2 specifically, you are going to want to build ether damage in 5 slot. I believe that ether overall is just going to be your best bet up front. So remember folks, initially we started with 4,000 damage on Astra Yao. Now we're starting to see her hit 6,000 damage. 6,000 damage and 1,200 damage on her tremolo and clusters. This is absolutely diabolical. A 50% damage increase for Astra Yao, which of course it might seem a little bit trivial, as she doesn't attack as much as the other characters. You know, a 50% damage increase for Astra Yao, it does not equate to the same for Miyabi. Now we want to get into the corruption. 1,500! 11,000 on corruption damage. Now, just for kicks, let's test out, instead of ether, let's go attack anomaly proficiency, and let's see how that changes up the dynamics of Astra Yao's contributions towards the team. We are now testing the attack and anomaly proficiency side, and of course we're going to see less upfront damage from Astra Yao with 5,000, 9,000. Okay, corrupted damage, let's see, 13. Wow. Okay, so 2,000 more corruption damage, and it is, as you guys can see, it is quite easy for her to get into corruption now that she has three tremolo into clusters. It is just so easy for Astra Yao. But now folks, before we head into M3 and above, I did want to test the ether damage bonus and anomaly proficiency build that, again, we have juiced her up in the substats with attack percent. So now she's running over 60 points of anomaly proficiency, higher than she was earlier before. Her attack, although much lower than original, still she'll be able to gain her own buff to be able to utilize that attack stat with the idealized ether damage bonus on 5 and AP on 4. Okay, let's get into idyllic cadenza here, and let's start dishing out damage. 5,000 up front doesn't seem too crazy. Oh, okay. 5,000 on crits. Let's see. Let's try to get you corrupted one more time. There we go. Wow. Almost 16,000. 16,000 on corruption. And because she hits corruption pretty much every 1 1/3 rotation, she's able to get almost 1,000 to 2,000 extra damage on top of the even damage which she would have been performing if she was either going AP attack or ether attack. If you guys can build up to anomaly proficiency and ether damage bonus, you will be getting, I would say, I'm not gonna lie, it's only about 1 to 5% difference in damage. It's not that crazy in the grand scheme of things. And you know, that's the whole point of this video, to max out Astra Yao, to really test test the limits of the character. Going AP and ether damage is the move if and only if you can maintain that M2 2900 attack threshold. Then folks, let's move on to M3. And for the folks in the back who generally tend to ignore some of the M3s and M5 mindscapes, the basic attack, dodge, assist, special, and chain, aka the skills, gain 2 levels, ultimately bringing up the bar if you get M3 and M5 to a total of potential 4 extra bonuses in levels. The increase in damage is not what we want to see from these particular skills. If we take a look at the special attack in particular, and let's awaken this really quickly, with that M3 unlocks a whole new world for us, because the idyllic cadenza particular buffs is where we start to realize some of these extra bonuses in the mindscape. 2% extra increased total damage and 3% crit damage. So let's take it out for a spin. All right, here we go for M3 testing. And first off, before we even get to the exact numbers, I'm having so much fun being able to test these extra mindscapes and the top end of some of these characters. Please let me know in the comments down below if you guys are enjoying this little showcase as well, because I wouldn't be able to do these showcases without you guys. So please make sure you guys support the video by liking and commenting down below what you think of her build so far and how much damage do you think M6 is going to do, because we haven't even gotten there yet. 15,985. Oh my goodness. Wait a minute. That extra damage bonus does come in handy. The extra damage bonus did come in handy. Oh my goodness. And the extra 3% crit? Again, you know, small numbers, they all add up. That is insane amount of damage. Okay. Yeah, Astra Yao. Charge attack here. 14,916. And of course, we're using the same ether and anomaly proficiency build. This is slapping. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm just flabbergasted. And that is a stinking load of damage too. We're gonna have to go back to the drawing board in post-production and compare some of the damage potential numbers from the DPSs as well as Astra Yao. All right, folks, and we're here at M4. Hair upon your nape. After activating a chain attack or ultimate within 15 seconds, Astra Yao can trigger a quick assist, even if she does not have cords. When the attack hits an enemy, the interval for triggering a quick assist is reduced to 1 second. When an idyllic cadenza, when other characters enter a field via quick assist, they will receive different buffs based on their specialty. Attack will get the next quick assist heavy attack on your enemy, dealing an extra 300 damage equal of Astra Yao's attack. Anomaly, the next quick assist will have 50% increased anomaly buildup. And stuns, the next quick assist will inflict 50% more days. Now, stun characters, 50% more days increase equates to just a smidge amount of extra days and ultimately stun potential. But for the quick assist in particular, that's incredibly helpful for characters like Lighter, who, you know, love to quick assist into their barrage attacks. The Kaledas of the world potentially as well. So this is the M4 for stuns. Honestly, I think is the most valuable. Alrighty dighty. So with this new mindscape, we should be seeing 50% more anomaly buildup. The one point to where she's able to still activate her cords without the stacks is relatively important. However, she does have enough energy regen at this point and enough tremolos and such to be able to proc her other portions of her abilities, such that it doesn't really matter too much. But let's try to get into top end damage here. And the disorders are flying here. The quick assists are gaining. Wow. Okay. We're getting into Frostburns way quicker Whoa, 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 whoa. We are getting our frost burns way quicker. Wow. And of course, the disorder, you know, that's just procced off of Yanagi from Miyabi's frost burns and the corruption from Astra Yao every other rotation. But the damage isn't seen through the specific numbers themselves, but per the time it takes to actually proc your anomalies, which is essentially cut in half. Pertaining to Yanagi in particular, being able to build up to her shock anomaly that much faster allows you to get the disorders way more quickly. This is very, very comfy, and a lot of folks, we're not going to be able to see the upfront implications just because, again, it is the anomaly buildup rate, not just straight up damage. And hey, look, it's time for M5, another boost to our skills, in particular the special attack. This is what I was waiting for. This is going to be our max potential skill until we unlock that M6. So let's see how much extra damage Astra Yao can do with 2 extra points, and now another few percentages to extra damage bonus and crit damage. We're going to be hitting million disorder damages so easily with this. Let's take it out for a spin. Well, until M6. But so far as her skills are concerned, let's see how much Astra Yao is dishing out with, wow, 7,000 without crit, 14,600. Are you joking me? Okay, so it is confirmed. It is just ever so slightly higher, 16,171. So not terribly crazy extra damage bonus as we would expect. But if we take a look at the Miyabi side of things, our frost burns have increased to more than 4,000 total in frostburn damage. 404k, when before it was barely 4,000. And for convenience sake, I have yet to actually proc Astra Yao's ultimate just because it doesn't add terribly much damage. Of course, we could, you know, proc the change on the characters, and that's, you know, good and dandy, but we're not really getting any extra damage bonuses when we use her ult. So yeah, and overall Astra Yao's damage has moved from, I believe, 5,000, 6,000 to now 7.6, and then a total amount of damage from Miyabi. I wasn't expecting terribly much, but we are starting to see our numbers climb and climb and climb. Is Astra Yao going to change at M6? How much is she going to change at M6? Let's find out right now. Now, for the Molly Zangs of the world and the few that have M6 Astra Yao, let's take a look at what We Are the World does for those who are unacquainted. When in idyllic cadenza state, the damage multiplier for tremolo and tone clusters are released will increase to 200% of the original damage, and the crit rate is increased by 80%. AKA, you will essentially always be critting if you have generally, let's say, 15 to 20% crit rate. You should generally always be critting. And then when triggering a precise assist, Astra Yao will automatically follow up with the 3rd charged hit of Capriccio. I need to see how much damage that is. The 3rd hit of basic attack Capriccio. Let's firstly see how much damage it is before the M6. Okay, so using a skill and holding down, boom, 4,000, I believe. It's like putting the Affinity Stones on your gauntlet. Let's see and realize Astra Yao's true potential as a damage dealer. All right, idyllic cadenza. Did you just do 17,000? You're doing Oh! What is this damage? What is this? What is this? And if you guys see the extra little flowy circles that come out every 10 seconds, and let me try to proc it one more time here. What is this damage, bro? What is this damage? And we just did it once again. The extra 3rd basic attack Capriccio. Jesus Christ. This is insane amounts of damage. Oh my goodness. Wow, she just hit 81. She just hit 81 of a Capriccio. Each tonal cluster is hitting for 1500. Each tremolo is hitting for 30,000. It essentially has, if I'm not correct, it has almost 5 or 10 extra damage. So if our average math is correct, we are increasing our damage by over 550%. Oh my goodness. And the corruption damage, I didn't even factor in the corruption damage there. With the corruption damage, you should be proccing over 700 to 1,000%. You're clocking in 700 to 1,000% more increase of damage. Yet, it is time to go even further beyond, because the one thing that we have yet to test, not only just the mindscapes, but the refinements on the weapon. That's right, folks, and if you were crazy enough to go M6R5, let's be real, I think it's only Molly Zhang at this point. Hey, Molly Zhang, hey, let us know if you're watching this, because like this portion is specifically for you. How you can deal this much damage, which, I mean, you already have the character for yourself, but let's show the other folks in the stands in the peanut gallery what an M6R5 Astra Yao can do. Confirm. Boom! Now, with the Elegant Vanity, we get 7 energy points instead, and I'm gonna test out attack, because the energy should be able to fill itself. We should be able to go attack. This is the best Astra Yao in existence. 200 anomaly proficiency, 3.4k attack. What the heck? Arguably, we might even test out anomaly mastery. I want to see how anomaly mastery Astra Yao would function, because the corruption damage would be insane. I need to see what this does. Let's take this beast into the battlefield. Are we ready for Astra Yao M6R5? Now, as you guys can see, she's already dealing substantially more damage. I saw a 35k total cluster. Oh my days. What? Are you kidding me? I can't wait to see the corruption damage. Oh, I can't wait to see it. Please. 40,000 and 20,000, 21 on corruption, 21 on corruption. We barely hit 16,000 before. Oh my days. Oh my days. One chord equals 3 times of those tremolos and tonal clusters gets you 256,000 damage, because not only do you get extra energy, not only do you get the 12% increase further damage potential, but you're able to move her off of energy recharge and move her straight into a juggernaut of a damage dealer. And we haven't even gone into stun windows at all. We have not even gone to stun windows, which could increase your damage multiplier by 150% base. And then, of course, if you were to freeze, if you were to increase your intervals with lighter, that could just absolutely blow any of the numbers that we just performed out of the water. And so far as the M6R5 Astra Yao showcase, what did you guys think of it? Let me know down in the comments below. If you guys would like me to showcase more M0 to M6s, please let me know by liking the video and subscribing to the channel. My name is Josh, and thank you so much for watching. And yo, if Molly Zhang is watching this, hey, hi Molly, thanks so much for watching. I do appreciate it. We'll see you guys in the next one. Click on this video because YouTube thinks you'll like it. Bye-bye now. Wow.